Hello, this is Ani. Welcome to the weekly outlook of the markets. This is for the week of September 15th, and we're looking at the Dow Jones Industrial Average chart here. As you can see, and as I spoke about last week, this is your support line. This would be the breakout line of the Dow Jones, and on Friday we actually peaked below it, and now we're looking at another support area. And the possibility now becomes even more that we will visit down to this, roughly this area right here, to the 16,753. The reason being is that it's going to be increasingly more difficult to support a market moving up, especially when we're looking at the world events currently. And of course, still looming is the third quarter, which will end this month in just about 15 days. So let's take a look at the possible support areas right here. If we zoom in right there, I can tell you that the next support level I'd be looking for is roughly in this range, in the 16,896, and then below that I would be looking in this range, which is the 16,740. Now that is not going to be impossible, but also it is not necessarily likely that it will move down quickly to that place, unless, as I mentioned, the world events could make it do so. Now, when we're looking at charts, always remember that there's fluctuations, and of course that is still the possibility here. Now, and then we need to look for the resistances in that case to see if they hold true. Let's take a look next at the SPX, and you'll see on the SPX chart that we are in the very strong support area right now, and if it's losing that, more likely the scenario will to drop down to this 1961, and then below that to this intersection right here with this trend line, approximately at the 16,550 region. And looking at that closer, once that happens, then what we'd be needing to make sure, that's where it's going to be more critical, in my opinion, that this move back up. If it does lose it, then I think we have a much more possibility of moving lower to, this is what looks like to me, is somewhere here and here, and then of course down to this area right there. That would be the strongest support, in my opinion. Okay, then let's take a look next at the NDX. And the NDX is slightly different, and it becomes a little bit more interesting, of course, because of the technicals being so strong again, that we are now looking at this real indecision area. It's consolidation, I think you might call it, but I'm not so sure. When it becomes this pivotal, where you have this pivot line right here at the 4080, take a look at this, that it's almost like indecisiveness. It's almost like no one daring higher, no one daring lower, and I would be looking at this pivotal candle right there around the 4051 to be the major support here, and if it breaks that down, we'll be looking definitely lower. The breakout, in my opinion, becomes much more unlikely, because this trajectory right here would take it up to the 4220 area, so about another 100 points, which right now, with the rest of the markets and the world events, I think people are becoming more hesitant about. Although repositioning is going to be very important, also taking profits off and repositioning into the fourth quarter is going to be very telling. Okay, that's about all I can say right now. Trade it well and carefully for the week, and good luck in the markets. We'll talk to you again next week. Bye-bye.